The views, comments, and opinions of the following program do not necessarily reflect those of Morris Media Studios, MorrisMediaLive.com, or its affiliates. Listener discretion is advised.
Good for him. I mean, I hear it's a great tour. I hear they're having a great time. Looks like they're having a great time. Yeah. Are we on? Oh, okay. Yeah. How about a 5, 4, 3? How about just 2-1? Lord have mercy. I don't mean to come back. Hey, I'm Louis Dix.
Jeff Arnold.
What's the name of the show?
In a Man's World.
And you see where.
Welcome back.
Yes. Last time I was here 2 weeks ago, it was not.
It was not pretty.
It was not pretty. It was very bad. We'll talk about that. It's good to be back. It's good to be. Before we go any further, we lost another great one, Louis Anderson.
Yep.
And
Bob Saget.
Bob Saget. Oh, we weren't here when we.
No.
Him and Meatloaf.
Meatloaf.
So it's just, if you're under 40, it's okay for you. But people over 40 are starting to see people that they knew, grew up with, and dropping. And you can't help but reflect that who's next or how you're feeling. I had a scare, and it was interesting. If you don't know, the 16 people that listen. Thank you, Seymour, because she said she hopes my tummy feels better.
Oh, wow.
I had a hospital stay. Now, I say it like that because I thought about last night. We had a show, and I said that I had a hospital stay, and I was like, that's what you say when you have insurance. That I had a hospital stay,
right?
As opposed to I had to go to the hospital, or they sent me to the hospital, or I ended up in the hospital. So.
Well, they still keep you either way.
Yeah, but it's better to say I had a hospital stay.
Even without insurance, you don't have a hospital stay.
Yeah, but you don't.
They just gonna bill you more.
You just don't lay there as comfortable, knowing that it's not going to all. I just got to pay the deductible and do whatever. Yeah, but I'm sure it's a lot more stressful not having insurance.
Yeah.
So
because they're gonna give you everything.
Oh, it's what's the machine when you go grocery shopping?
Yeah.
That's what it is. Chain every
time
on your wrist.
Yeah,
every little thing. Now I can't say this word, diverticulitis.
That's what you had.
Diverticulitis. You know how to say that, poetess, boy? It's a blockage of the colon. It's inflamed, and so that's why I didn't have any bowel movements, and my everything
was really backed up.
It was really, and I took some water, so I was really in a bad way. And the lady said I had an angel on my shoulder, the specialist, because she said it could have been you could have had to go to surgery. So, thank you, Sydney, our baby girl, who's always watching over us.
And just to think, the previous Wednesday before when we did the memorial to D. Militant, we had the over-under who was going to make it.
I thought about that when I was laying up in the hospital. But it was interesting because
when I got the call from your muse, I was like, wait a minute, hold up.
Yeah, Muse called you.
When she hit me up and she was like, have you talked to him? Have you seen it or not? Because when I saw a number, I was just like, no, come on. I just did a joke about that. Come on. It can't be this. She has to be called.
She wouldn't have called you to told you I passed. Nobody would have called. I mean, Code 3, she called everyone.
Well, no, Muse gave me her number.
Gave you who?
Code 3's number.
No, Muse didn't have her number.
No, I think Lou.
Lou, yeah.
Lou.
Because Muse was mad. She didn't have. And it was interesting because finally Muse talked to Code 3, and she told me, Muse said, I have to admit, I'm really impressed with her.
Oh, wow.
And it lit Code 3's day up. She was.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because she was like, I mean, she wants everybody who loves me to like her. Oh. And then she let my family know. And she's like, should I call your ex? No.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
But the kids told her.
They can fight over the wheel.
The kids told her. And Lewis was really worried. The kids were really worried because they had never seen.
Lewis didn't sound too concerned.
No, he was really. He thought, it was because of COVID and all that. Because they've never seen me down like that.
When I talked to him, he was like, Unc, you seen Dad? I'm like, You know.
And I appreciate all the
Give a
people kept
sabbatical.
calling so much at the hospital that they made all my family. They
Did you
made
get a lot of calls?
Peyton was the point person, and Code 3 was snitching a lot, telling them I wasn't, because I was there for 5 days. They stuck this thing down my nose and down my throat.
Well, you used to that anyway.
And it was painful. I mean,
Always is the first time.
No, it was like, because I'm thinking, you hear the nose is connected to the throat and everything. And
So
they,
many jokes.
I know.
Did you breathe?
Jokes.
And then you could, every time you swallow, you could feel the straw down there because they had to suck up the stuff out of there on
Did
top.
you gag?
And then they had to do a.
So you felt the tube in your nose.
Oh, hilarious. No, it didn't just slide down because my nose is big. No, it was, I thought the same thing.
The nasal canal.
I thought the same thing when I was like, okay, I won't feel it. That bad boy hurt. And they always say the same thing. You're almost there. You're almost there. The worst part is over. And then I had to have a rectal thing. And that was, oh, my God.
Wow.
Oh, they had to put that up under you?
Oh, my God. And then a balloon came up because they had to get an imaging.
Yeah.
And it made me want to apologize to every woman that I tried to put my finger up. Yeah, I was like, oh, Lord, I apologize. That's just, I don't, ooh. And then the guy kept saying, breathe, breathe. I'm like, homie. But I appreciate all the care. I had like 3, you got a main nurse, an assistant nurse, and then a nurse who comes to collect your urine
samples.
Stuff. Yes.
Yeah.
Because all they want to know is, have you passed gas? Have you ever bowel movement? Did you urinate?
So
that's the sign of life.
Are you out of the woods?
No, I have to have surgery.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I have to have surgery to completely pull out the blockage, the specialist. And it was funny because one guy tried to You know what's really interesting? When you wake up, when you look up and you got 4 or 5 doctors standing in front of you, then it's like, whoa.
Something's wrong.
And then when they start using Mr. or Mrs., they start using your name. You just start,
Mr. Dix.
So it was like,
like, yo,
I'm such and such specialist. I'm such a. So
what's the blockage though?
Huh?
What's the blockage?
The blockage is your colon, your intestines didn't go through.
What's blocking it?
Certain things that I was eating, like peanuts, popcorn.
What?
Yes. So, and I was on a peanut kick too for like 3 weeks. That was my go-to snack.
So
I kept
it's
telling you.
So, wow. Definitely, I'm thinking your diet, but it's actually some stuff that.
Yeah, C can get stuck in there and all that because you think it's big, but it's not.
No.
So it can get stuck and block it, and that's what that whole.
Wow.
But you wouldn't listen when I was telling you stop eating all of that.
And it was interesting because you got to listen to your body. Because at first I wasn't. The trainer called me and said, "Hey man, call your doctor." So I text my doctor what the symptom was. He's like, "Go to the ER." And I was glad that I had communication with my doctor. And I used to coach his son. Now I wish I had started him. But it was. I have been. And they gave me morphine. Whoa.
But I've been telling you that for the last 7, 8 years.
That's a serious drug
to change your diet.
So now will you?
Yes, I had a great salmon and asparagus and mashed potatoes. I mean, eating stuff that goes right through. And I don't eat red meat, so I'm doing a lot of fish. But when I first came home,
fish is bad for you too.
When I first came home, Code 3 had some wing stop.
And you wanted that?
Oh man, I took a couple bites and and then what I did was I'm thinking, all right, I'll have some beans since they saw it, but beans cause gas. So that first night back, I was up again all night, pain. But then I went back to the applesauce and the jelly and the smoothies and stuff. So
this is the best thing for you.
Water.
Yeah, that's the best thing.
So that was that. And then one guy tried to say it was COVID related, and the specialist, she looked at him and said, and when another doctor said to somebody else, I'm like, he's not good.
Well, he's just a resident.
Yeah, he did not know. So anybody's out there that's in having a hospital stay, I wish you the best. 5 days is way too long. And every food commercial looked good. But I am better, stronger. Lost some weight because I lost like 4 pounds because I was liquid. But things are good.
When is your surgery?
Huh?
When is your surgery?
In a few weeks, I'm going to schedule it around my tour dates.
Oh, okay.
I don't have any, but I'm going to schedule it. I like to say that to myself.
You ain't going to wait?
I have to wait 3 weeks anyway.
Oh, do you?
Till things settle down. Then I'm going to call her.
Oh.
But
are you going to be down for a minute?
No, I'm
outpatient?
Good. Yeah, it's a procedure. She does some stuff where it's laser stuff and all that.
And you up and
I'm sure I can go home that day. I hope. I can't do another 5 days. I mean, I can amazing how strong people are there in the hospital for 3-4 weeks and months.
It's like a vacation for some people.
No, not when you. And then they kept giving me a shot to make sure I didn't get blood clots. Yeah. So and I got up and tried to exercise, and so it was cool. The nurse
you didn't
was
cut
good.
Your hair.
No, I got my hair done the other day. Okay. So we got about 5 minutes before we have our first guest and only guest. I like him. He's a good guy. Everybody likes him. Our guest. They call him like the mayor. Like no one does not know him.
Yeah, he called me the other day. He saw me come out of the cleaners.
Yeah, and he will do that. When he sees you, he'll call you up like I just saw you. And I see him all the time because I'm up at the school where his kids go to school.
Right.
And I coach his son, who's a really good athlete, and his daughter.
Yeah, he called me. He's like, "Nah, I know you take your cleaning at," and I'm like, "Okay," but he won't talk to you long.
No. He always says, "I'll call you back."
Yeah, always.
And never calls you back. But that's just who he is. I'm sure he calls his wife back. Yeah, because she's the boss. He cuts you off in
mid-sentence and like, "Yo, let me call you right back."
But he has everybody's. I'm talking to the other day, and I'm talking about we look and we see Trevor Noah's book. That's part of the curriculum at the school.
Right.
And he calls him right up.
Who, Trevor Noah?
Yeah, he's got like people's number. Yeah, who is super famous.
Yeah, he's A-class celebrity, but he's more humble though.
Yeah, he's got
some.
I think when he's in his car, he's pretty arrogant.
Well, no, my 2 cents, he's real arrogant.
Okay,
on
but
Instagram, my 2 cents, he's real arrogant.
It's Chris. Yeah. Well, he's 2 cents. His 2 cents is really funny. Yeah. So we'll get to that. I was thinking today.
I can go in his green room.
Okay. Oh yeah,
I can walk. Yeah, I can go in his green room.
Well, he's open like that. He says hi to you like he knows you. Yeah, he's open to everybody, and he'll introduce you.
Yeah, to other people.
Yeah, he'll introduce you.
But he's not that type of cat that's like he can stand on his own, and he's not afraid to introduce you to opportunity.
Yeah, but he's super. Let's be honest. Yeah. He's so funny.
Yeah.
I mean, his funny is.
Oh, he is.
His funny is another level.
Yeah.
He doesn't even, and he says this to me all the time. Like he doesn't even realize how funny he is. He says,
yeah, and when you talk to him, he's like
he doesn't think he doesn't know how, but he can work any room.
Yeah, he's like, I gotta work. I was like, no, it's like
I saw a clip of him roasting a guy towards birthday roast.
Oh yeah,
and he said he's never seen
Melly
and DC Fly in the same room, and he told Kim Whitley that if you take that belt off, you'd be somebody. It was
but he was amazing. I saw the clip when he did D Wade's roast down.
Yes.
Kill Pat Riley, all of them.
Yes. Yeah. And I just said it like he said it. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. He can take any mic in any room, black, white, anybody.
He's at the point now where he's just like, just watching him. It's just like he's conversating.
I'd love to see him. And every time he hosts something, he's excited. I'd love to see him host the talk show. I like to see him do. I told him Ebony Jet Showcase. And he pumps you up too. Like in text, he's like, "Oh, I saw you. You made me." His go-to is, "You made me cry," or "You made me spit something out."
Oh, really?
And whenever a comic hears that, they think that, it must have been really funny.
I never got a text like that.
Well, you will one day.
Oh no, he told me, he was like, "I didn't know you was that funny."
Yeah, you destroyed when we had the opportunity to open up for him in San Diego. You destroyed.
Yeah, he was like, "I didn't even know you was that funny."
He destroyed. Yeah, and I had, because he asked me, full disclosure, he asked me. He said, "What do you think about Jeff?" I was like, man, he might not be the right host for you, man. And then I felt myself hating, and I was like, all right, no, man, go ahead.
No, because I texted him, and I had asked him, I was like, all right, I was like, yo, if you need an opening act, let me know. And he's like, well, no, I'm booked. I got a full squad. And I was like, all right, well, how many on it? And he's like, it's like 10 to 12 ahead of you. And I respond back, because me and him are always with the banter with Affleck,
Affleck? Athletic banter. I got you.
Athletic banter, So I was like, hey, man, I started on the bench. I work hard, and I, work my way to becoming an all-star starter. He like, oh, that's funny. And then he hit me back, and he was like, are you available Friday? And I was like, yeah. And I was happy, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I'm going to go. And then you fucking blew the shit, and you text me like, hey, we working together Friday. And
well, because at first I said no. I told him. He said, "What do you think about Jeff?" I was like, "Nah, man, Jeff. I was like, he gonna." I said, "He gonna host the wrong way. He gonna go too long, man." And I was like, "He ain't messing up my vibe, And then Chris like, "No, he'll be all right. He'll be all right." And I was like, then I felt bad afterwards. I was like, I can't believe I shut him down like that. But
then you was like, you said, "What are you wearing?" I'm like, "I'm wearing a warm-up suit." You can't wear no warm-up suit. You open for Chris Spencer. Come on, man. You gotta represent. You can't wear one of your suits. I'm like, nah, I want.
No, I ain't say suits, but I say don't.
You can't wear that. You can't wear a warm-up suit.
Yeah, I mean it's Chris Spencer. I mean, okay.
And then I checked in with Chris. I'm like, yo, man, is it cool? Like, well, he said, man, I don't give a fuck what you wear, man. Just be funny.
Okay.
Like, all right, cool.
He did say that he didn't appreciate what you wore. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, I haven't been back with him yet, so.
Yeah, me either. So, but he went down, I think, to San Diego with Buddy Lewis. He likes Buddy Lewis.
No, he went to Seattle.
With Buddy Lewis?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think because he knows, Buddy Lewis won't jam
But
with
no,
him.
then he got the text about Taco Tuesday at the J Spot.
Yeah, he did
Yeah.
tell us to open
But
up.
I
with-
didn't do that with y'all.
Yeah, because you don't
I don't
like
fuck with
you
Memphis
Will.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't
okay.
fuck with Memphis Will.
Certain
so.
people.
Yeah. And I know Chris does because he got that because of the Savoy. Because Chris used to let him open up at the Savoy.
Yeah.
When he did the run, and he thought that was the pre-show. It was his show.
Yeah, he tried. Every show is his show.
Yeah.
I was thinking, thank you all for tuning up. It's almost time. I guess let us know when he's in the room. We've been talking about him like he's here.
And some more, you wrong. Because he tried to correct me.
Who?
Some more.
Some more. The comedian?
Yeah, Seymour.
Oh, Seymour.
Yeah, she tried to correct me.
About what?
On the life expectancy of a running back.
Is what?
She said it's 3 to 4 years.
And what is it?
It's like maybe depends on if you can, your body. The great ones lasted 9 to 10, 11 years.
No, but I think she's right. The average is about 3 to 4 years.
Nah.
So don't challenge Seymour.
Why? Why?
I was thinking earlier, I keep saying this like 3 times, things that I miss. I was sitting up thinking about things that I miss. Like I miss drive-in movies, the theater.
They still have them.
They don't have a lot. I miss hearing older people laugh when I walk in the house. Your grandparents, your parents. Just that honest joy of because they all worked so hard, and that was when they really let it out. I miss people being kind to one another. It just doesn't seem as real now when it was kind of more genuine.
It's still real now. I mean, if you can be kind to someone without expecting anything back. I mean, I think that's what people do now. When they're kind to someone, it's like, okay, I was kind to you. You got to return the favor now. So I think it kind of goes that way now.
John Tollsby always taught me, if you do something, mean it. And I've always looked at, if I do something, I don't have expectations, unless it's a woman I'm lending money to.
You got expectations?
Just kidding.
No, you're not,
Just
because I
kidding.
made that delivery sometimes.
Those were the days. I miss those days, too. I miss giving women compliments.
Why?
Because without the blowback,
You still
get blowback. You gotta.
It's just you can't just. Are you taking from the corporate side to the personal side? Like
Well, no, I've taken that sexual harassment classes. Good morning.
I think it has a lot to do with context, or if women feel like you're coming on to them sexually. I don't think it's complimenting them that's the problem.
So is good morning. You look sexy
Beautiful.
today.
Oh, sexy,
come on.
yeah.
If you put the word sexy in it.
Yeah, sexy.
Who would say that at work? Good morning, you look sexy today. Are you
Yeah,
at a
that's
nightclub?
not quite
That's
appropriate.
harassment.
Good morning, you look nice today,
Yeah.
maybe.
Good morning. How are you?
Yeah, good morning.
You look sexy.
Keep it
You would
safe.
actually say that?
Yeah.
Excuse me,
But
Jeff.
it's
Can we talk
no,
to you?
But
No.
it's the way I said it though.
No matter how you said it.
Yeah, okay.
If you
But
got
I
the
never
word
got-
sexy
But
in
I
it.
never was reported though. So
Do you think today's society is oversensitive about
Very.
Yes,
Very.
but it's
and
also,
it's from the younger.
It's also overly ignorant that someone would say, "Good morning, you look sexy today."
Well, that's your
like
point of view.
1965.
Okay, I'm born in
75.
1962.
That's just.
I'm born in 1962.
Good morning, you look
it's
sexy
still some
today.
old standards that
You
I
might as
still
well
apply.
finish the sentence. Good morning, you look sexy today, and I got a big John. I mean,
No, that's pushing it. That's crossing the line.
no, but sexy is crossing the line. You look. I like you, and you have to be specific. I like that red sweater, but I always go to.
what if it's a tight-fitting sweater and then have big boobs or something? She gonna take
No, I
that.
wouldn't
Wow,
do
I like
that.
the way you wear that sweater.
I stick with shoes, and I always follow up with that. The person I'm dating, she would like the shoes.
Okay, now you say that now.
Okay,
But
so
you had an issue.
our guest is in the Zoom room.
Oh, the guy that said he was going to be there early, so he didn't even hear all the compliments that we said.
He heard him.
No, he didn't.
No,
His assistant.
and
I don't
that-
even know if he has an assistant. But let's intro him. What we were saying earlier for those, we were talking about how this. If you missed it, what we were talking about was how Jeff got to open up for him, and I hated and told Chris not to let Jeff open up for him because he was going to mess up. And then I
You
told
really
you not to
said
wear.
that? Why?
Yes, because I didn't want you to mess his show up or me up. I was like, because I know sometimes you go too long and you too nasty, but he don't care.
But what is nasty?
I'm just being upfront with you. I'm just being upfront with
say,
you of what I said until somebody get it back to you. But that's what I said. Then you're right. I did say don't wear a sweatshirt because it's Chris Spencer.
I always knew you was a hater, but
I'm not a hater. I was just being. He didn't tell you, so it didn't get out. I told you. All right, this gentleman is it's funny. He's in Wikipedia. If you put his name in, Wikipedia comes up.
Mine does too.
No, not like his. Yours, you don't have no phimology and all that on yours. But it says he's a Jamaican-American born in Los Angeles. I thought that was interesting. He's Jamaican-American. He graduated from UCLA, which you can tell he's smart. He co-created A Real Husbands of Hollywood that stars Kevin Hart. And
he's an okay basketball player.
yeah, he can hoop. He got a jumper. Now, this is interesting. His credits began in the 90s, but unlike us, his credits still continue into the 2021-22.
When I first met him 30-something years ago, he was touring with Jeff Foxworthy.
Yeah. Well, he was the first one of us that host a talk show. He's a writer, actor, producer, comedian. He just directed his first film. And
that I tried to work on, but
everybody tried to work on it. He even did a thing where he does this Chris 2 Cents where he's like, why are all y'all asking me to be in this film? And then I got upset because I did ask him.
To be in the film?
Yeah, but I just want to play a mailman.
But I didn't want to be in the
film. But then when I saw all the people there, I was like, come on.
I wanted to work on
He put Buddy Lewis in there. He got him and Buddy Lewis, I think. All right, please welcome to the show, Chris Spencer. So happy he's there.
I want to work with you.
Oh, my God. I am screaming. Y'all should have been did this.
What's up, man?
Oh, you guys are perfect. Please forgive me for driving. I got stuck on the other side of the hill, and I wanted to be, sitting somewhere proper so I could do this proper. So I'm jumping Laurel Canyon, so I hope I'm not going in and out.
No,
I'm frozen on this one.
No, it's kind of like Al Sharpton does that, right?
Well, no, that's who he is.
It's kind of like my Chris 2 Cents. I usually do it with driving.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you do that when you're driving?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that.
And people get mad at me too.
Wow.
When do you actually care when people get mad at you?
Yeah, I want to get to the point where I don't care.
Okay.
Like people will be mad at me, like and don't talk to me, and I'd be like, "What can I do?" Like I've had people who owed me money, and I've loaned them more money so they could talk to me. Like, I don't know. Superman feels for others. That's how I am. I feel for others.
Well,
now, do you go through when you loan money? Do you go through your wife, or do you have a stash that you don't have to ask your wife?
First of all, I don't have to ask for anything. I can tell her in the form of a question.
Okay.
I'm about to give him some money. Is that okay?
Okay.
No, we're not like that. Like if we're sharing, then it's not like she spends so much money. There's nothing she can say to me ever about spending.
right.
Like if you see us out, I have on some Jordan 1s that cost about $180, and she got on something that I can't even pronounce.
Right.
That costs $700-800.
Now, did you know this going in that you would, because your kids are in private school, did you know you were going to have to maintain that lifestyle?
Yeah, kind of. You know what I mean? I know I was in trouble when they were younger. And she's like, listen, private schools are expensive. We should move to Calabasas. I was like, oh, that's tough. And then I was like, yep, you know what? We're going to move to Calabasas. And then I came home and there was private school brochures on the table. I said, whoa. You think I'm going to move to Calabasas and still pay private school? No.
It's one or other.
That ain't going to happen.
Okay.
So it's just in her blood. She was raised like that.
Now,
you know what I mean?
Here's a question I had made a note of. Because your son is a junior. Did you initiate that? Did you have to get that okayed? How did that come about?
Initiate him becoming
No, saying that to your wife, I'm going to name him Junior. I'm going to name him after me.
Oh, got you. Yeah, we had a couple of different names, and when I saw him, I was like, I think this is the name I want to go with. And she was so tired. She's like, yeah, nigga, whatever. I could have named him Mussolini. Should have been like, perfect. Just get away from me.
Wow.
Right now, did you
Too much talking.
You feel okay with that now? Because I named my son Louis Jr. and I feel like because I was gonna name him Chris,
Really?
Yeah, I was gonna name
Really?
Chris,
I was gonna name my son Lewis.
Oh wow.
No, we were
Now
gonna
is he
name
Chris Spencer Jr.?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Not really.
Oh, he's not?
He is, but not really. Like we have different middle names.
Oh, okay.
Because I didn't want to give anybody my middle name. I have the worst middle name ever.
What's your middle
It
name?
sounds cool now that I'm older when girls say it. My name is Christopher St. Aubin Spencer.
St. Aubin.
Yeah, that's like give me your lunch money middle name. That's like
Exactly.
That's like give me your money.
No, that's I initiate giving the bully money. Like, hey man, you almost forgot about me here.
Now they said earlier. They said a Jamaican-American. What does that mean?
Yes, that means my parents are Jamaican, born in Jamaica, but they had me here. So I used to be actually ashamed to say the word Jamaican because it wasn't cool in the 80s, right, or the 70s. It wasn't cool till Bob Marley died and Shabba and all that stuff started to happen. So I was embarrassed. And so I finally started saying I was Jamaican. At one time we were in the shoe store and there was a Rasta dude in there. And my friends were like, hey, Mr. Rasta, this dude Jamaican. He don't want to act like he Jamaican. I was like, I ain't no damn Jamaican. And the Rasta dude was like, where your mother born? I was like, Jamaica? He's like, where your father born? I was like, Jamaica. He said, well, if two goats have a kid in a pigsty, where I'm from? I was like, shit, I guess I'm Jamaican.
Okay. Now, so you embrace it now more.
Yes, absolutely.
Has it done anything for you, for lack of a better phrase? I mean, are you receiving differently?
I mean, not really.
No.
Are you the only child?
I'm sorry. No, I have a sister.
Oh, okay.
And she's older or younger?
I have another little brother that my dad had there, and then I have a stepsister that is my father's daughter.
Okay, we didn't hear any of that.
Oh, so I have a stepsister and another little brother that my father had later.
Okay. Got you. Now your mom is like it for you. She breathes and walks. You are over the hill as you should be. What makes your mom so special?
She's her honesty, her humor, her affection, the way she cares for things and the people that she loves. Like, it's just, she's like an older female me.
Okay. Yeah, because we were talking about how earlier before you got on about just how everyone likes you and how was that something. When did you realize how many people like you in Hollywood?
Here's what's funny. Like, I assume that I'm just a nice guy. You know what I mean? I mean, I've done clubs, so many comedy clubs, and I've put so many young comedians on, so the younger generation likes me. And then there's the guys I came up with that have blown up, and I helped them work. So they like, I've always just been a generous and a nice guy. Like, I've never felt the need to be not nice. And I never realized I crossed over into outside of our circles. Neil Brennan called me. I don't know if you guys know Neil Brennan, who created the Dave Chappelle show.
Yeah.
He goes, after Bob Saget passed away and everybody was sad, he was like, he called me and said, you know what? I think you're the only other person people would be this sad about if you die.
True.
Yeah.
True.
I was like, damn.
True.
That's a good thing.
I mean, yeah, that's true. I mean, yeah.
You have a lot of memorials.
Yeah.
A lot of tributes.
Yeah. You would have
They'll say you was funny. It was like you were a good guy.
Now I want to ask you a couple of things.
I don't like how you don't really, there's no conviction in your voice when you said it, Jeff, by the way.
No, they will. I mean, I would get like,
Don't make
was
me-
never funny.
Don't make me tell your ex-girlfriends where you do your cleaning, okay?
Yeah, that was the thing I told him too. I said, whenever he said he saw you out, I said, whenever Chris sees you, he will text you and let you know that he just saw you or call you.
Yes.
And then when you call, you'll say, let me go, I got to go, I'll call you back.
But no, the only time I see him when he calls, I'm like, okay, I must be working with him again. And he's like, hey.
No, that was one call.
I know, but I mean, you can get your hopes up.
One call.
Yeah, actually, I need to apologize. I was actually calling David Arnold. In some kind of way, there was a mix-up in my phone.
I got that a lot too. I get that a lot too.
No,
But no, people used to call me about his comedy class.
Who, David Arnold?
Lewis is saying you're dirty. I don't recall you being dirty on stage.
No,
Lewis
wants me to, he tried to mold me into him way back into, when I first started. He was like,
right.
He wasn't like, yo, we cool and all that. He like, you shouldn't say this, you shouldn't say that.
I was just trying to mold him into funny. I wasn't trying to mold him into. That's where people get the mistake.
I remember I told you the time my mom came to my show. I still have the note, and I cussed too much. And she goes, I just don't understand the need for you to cuss so much. You need to be more like Sinbad and Louis Dix.
Wow.
And look at how that turned out.
Yeah.
Hey, were you really, when you did, tell us about the film that you directed.
Incredible situation.
How did that come about?
So my partner and I, Eric Daniel, wrote a movie, which was basically Magic Mike meets the Full Monty. It's about these 5 exotic dancers, male dancers, strippers, whatever.
Tigers.
Men who, is that the proper word?
Yeah, she said, POTUS, our producer said.
Tigers.
Is that what it's called?
How dare POTUS be in the background and not speak?
Hey, Chris.
What's up, POTUS? I know you smoking or something. That's why you didn't say hi. Anyway,
Exactly.
so the Tigers. And so
no, Tigers was an old black strip club in LA that was out here in Washington. That's why I threw it in.
Oh yeah.
Black
That's where
strippers.
Jeff came before he started doing stand-up. So these guys get back together. Jeff does have stripper energy, don't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. If he said, yo, in college when shit got a little bad, I would every now and then, and you'd be like, you know what? I felt it, right? So, because he's tall and he's handsome and he got them glasses which aren't prescriptions. So you can tell he's pretending to be something else.
No, they are prescription. No, they are.
Okay.
It's called a joke, Jeff. It's a joke, Jeff. I know. By the way, audience, Jeff has an incredible fucking jump shot, by the way.
Okay, back to
I don't know why this. What's so funny? Why is that so important to us as men? Like that you can play sports. Like Jamie Foxx, still to this day, he'll say somebody. I go, he played running back at it'll be a small school at Appalachian State. He'd be like, you did? That's so important to us. Anyway, these guys get back together to save this hotel and the actual club that basically put them on. And it stars J.B. Smoove, Gary Owen, Faison, Bill Bellamy, Wesley Snipes, Tiffany Haddish, Kevin Hart does a cameo, and some young stars, Spence Moore, Ryan Alexander, Reagan Harris. It's Buddy Lewis is in it. He played the role of Louis Dix. And it's pretty funny. Buddy actually threatened me. Like there was a point where I couldn't get Buddy in the movie. He says, "Oh, I'm going to be in your first movie." I said, "What if I can't?" He said, "I'm gonna beat your ass." I was like, "Damn."
Oh my God.
So, for those of you guys who don't know our history, Buddy and I met doing this play called "Greased, Fried, and Laid to the Side," written by a young lady named Larita Shelby. We did it at Marlowe's Memory Lane and somewhere else. And anyway, we made a pact then. Like whoever makes it first is going to help the other.
Okay.
And I've been carrying this nigga for 30 years.
Okay.
Wow.
Fair enough. We were trying to figure that out. So were those just phone calls you made, or how did you get that much talent?
Phone calls.
Phone calls.
Phone calls. Phone calls.
And they only take one ask? Just one? Hey, will you do this? And they said, yeah.
But listen, scheduling was a problem for a lot of people, so we had to, move things around. But because everybody, in our cast are very much working stand-up comedians, so not only from the TV and film stuff they're doing, but they were having to give up money to do for this independent film money, and that hurts.
Now
And
I
it really
go ahead.
Gary Owens' pocket because he was one of the first people.
No, we missed that part.
And
You
so he
said
lost.
what'd you say about Gary Owens?
Gary Owen was one of the first people we hired, and we had to move a date. And so that really messed him up because that was like a whole month of road work for him. And so to this day, I don't feel guilty, but I felt for him losing all that money.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, now, interesting that there must be so much funny footage that you have just off when you're not.
Oh my
shooting.
God.
It could be a film itself.
It's ridiculous.
Is it? Just
So ridiculous. And you got to remember, there was a script that was pretty funny. And then I have all of these guys who are incredible improvisational artists.
Right.
Faison can make a face and we'd have to say cut because everybody's on the floor crying.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Now,
so
was it a pleasure producing it with your wife?
no. Just kidding. That was all for comedy. It was incredible. She saved the movie.
In what way?
Because you see how relentless she is. She wouldn't let them take any shortcuts. Like there was a time when we didn't have enough wardrobe and she just said, F it. And she ran to Dick's Sporting Goods and spent, I told you she likes to spend, right, even on other people, all this money on wardrobe. She was fighting with producers to make cast deals were done properly. I mean, she saved this movie.
And because she has a background in casting, right?
Yes,
That's
yeah,
how y'all
she
met,
cast
yeah.
the movie actually.
Oh, so there we go.
Besides the
That's how
phone
you met.
calls, people actually read for some of these parts, and
Damn.
they read through her.
So I wanted to ask you, what makes you happy? Because I know you do so much, but you still make time with your family. Is that what you know? Is that your
Nothing
base?
makes me happier than what's about to happen right now. Please pray for me. Pray for me. Yes. Nothing makes me happier than pulling into the driveway and nobody's here.
Exactly.
Hilarious.
There you go.
Hilarious. And what's beautiful
AJ,
is
do you remember AJ Jamal's joke about that?
No.
I'm sorry to interrupt, Lewis. I'm just so excited to talk to you guys. AJ Jamal says, men love coming home and nobody's home, right? He said one time, sometimes I'll just pull up and sit in my driveway and wait for everybody to go to sleep. He said, one night I did this. The police pulled up. Woo! He's like, oh, sorry.
Wait, we lost that. We can't hear you. Hello? We lost that. He pulls right up to his house and then we lose him.
Bad
Sorry.
connection.
Okay, all right.
Sorry.
Okay, go back. Woo,
Sorry.
woo. You were at the woo, woo. The officer pulls up.
Woo, 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 woo. Officers pull up. They go, excuse me, sir. He goes, listen, officer, I'm not being a stalker or anything. I actually live here. And the officer goes, oh, you're married with kids? And he goes, yeah. He goes, yeah, me too. As a matter of fact, I'm not even a cop. I just don't want to go home.
AJ Jamal was very, very funny and dark. He was very, very funny.
Underrated.
Very much so. Hey, I want to ask you a couple things. I read in the credit, it said on an In Living Color show, you played yourself. What was that about? What is that? How did you? It said you
played myself?
Yeah, it said himself. It said the credit said.
You spelled it wrong.
Probably because that just meant I didn't have a name. The part wasn't big enough to give me a name.
Oh, okay.
Chris, I wanted to ask, how were you able to parlay your stand-up career to television and now movies?
Don't be asking me no generic questions. You know the answer to that.
No, I don't.
Ask me something specific.
No,
poetic.
I'm saying for
You know me for real.
for this.
Hello?
I know, but for the aspiring comedians out there that,
right,
want to know how to do it.
I need them to all give up. I need them to all give up
as soon as possible.
As soon as possible, so we can get back to working.
Yeah.
All you internet dudes who ain't really focused, like go back to school.
Is it any subject you won't touch?
Yeah, like it's so funny you said that. God, Lewis, you must be reading my brain. Hold on, I'm walking in the house. Hold on 2 seconds.
Okay.
That's the one.
Make sure nobody's home.
That'd be funny.
We're not live, right?
Yeah,
we're live. It'd be funny if AJ Jamal's in your house.
Hold on, my dog is chasing me. Okay, hold on. Let me go somewhere and sit. Stay. Where's Vanessa? Her boyfriend. She's at her boyfriend. I forgot.
Oh, okay.
Oh, hilarious.
It's Friday. Okay, I'm still here.
Okay.
What was the specific question?
Any
Poetess?
subject that you? Oh, okay, Poetess. Go ahead, Poetess.
Oh no, it was on you, Lewis. But I did want to tag on to that question that I had was, are there any new comedians that you like, whether that's internet or otherwise? Are there any up and coming comedians that you see are going to be the next big comedic star?
Jeff Arnold.
Hilarious.
Thank you for that endorsement. I appreciate it.
Now we're gonna have to hear that.
He's so fucking funny, and he don't know it. That's what makes me mad.
Yeah, I didn't think he was funny for a long time.
No,
but I went and saw him live, and I see
he's absolutely hysterical, but he don't really know it yet.
You know
what I mean?
Well, okay. Well,
I think he's starting to know now that he's 63. But for a long time,
better late than never. Shit.
Better late than never.
Hey, Rodney Whitfield.
Hilarious.
But the list is getting shorter.
Yeah, you're moving up. But hey, so what subject won't you touch?
So I was watching Louis C.K. last night, and there's just some things that the white guys talk about that was just we ain't talking about. Like a lot of stuff about pedophilia. Like a lot of these comedians now, these white guys, like that's funny to them.
Yeah.
Like they all had pedophile jokes. Tom Segura, he had a joke about he was in a shower with his son, right?
Mm-hmm.
And his son was like, "Daddy, your penis is big." And Tom said, "Well, that's because it's hard." We, as a culture, don't do those kind of jokes.
No.
It's funny to hear him say it, but come on. Yeah. If my mom ever heard me say that,
yeah.
But black audience will look at you like, wow.
Yeah, your cousins and everybody were like, yo, Chris. Yeah, they would be. Yeah, they would. Child Protective Services be at your house.
Right. But it was funny to hear him do a joke like that. Joe Rogan do a joke like that. Like they go in worlds that we just don't tap into, and we and care not to.
Right.
Yeah. Some of the things that what gadget can you not live without? That's modern day gadget.
Golf clubs.
Okay. So you how long have you been
golfing?
How long have you been golfing?
So most golfers my age, black, we all started in '97 when Tiger got his jacket.
Got you.
I started before then, though.
Got you.
I said golfers my age.
You around my age?
No, it's not.
Around.
Yeah, around. Hey, a couple of things we would talk.
You had a dad in your life. I didn't introduce me to golf.
Oh, okay. There you go. That's true.
We have a couple things that we ask about things you do well and things you don't do well. Can you spell?
Very well.
All right. What about cooking?
Very well. W-I-L-L.
Can you cook?
I can cook, but I don't cook. Does that make sense?
Well, correction. You spell well wrong.
That was a joke, Jeff. What's wrong with you?
He's just.
Well, I'm just going reflection on what if I spelled it wrong, Lewis would correct me.
But I knew it was a joke.
It was a joke.
You didn't hear the setup? Lord have mercy. He's so sensitive. Can you play an instrument?
No.
Can you climb a tree? Yeah, you're from Jamaica. You should be able to climb a tree.
Barefoot, yes.
Swim? Can you swim?
Very well.
Okay, Poetess has to ask this question.
That's good.
I swear, Lewis asks every guy on the show.
We only have guys on the show.
But why this question?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Lewis wants to know if you're a good kisser.
I don't.
Damn.
I don't want to know. I mean,
you
do want to know. You wrote it.
Who's gonna say no?
I mean,
yeah, I'm working on it. Who's gonna say that? Someday.
Well, he stopped asking it,
And
though.
my thing is, it's for the other person to judge if you're a good kisser or not.
Exactly.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, so scratch that off your list.
I know. I'm gonna keep
boys.
asking because y'all don't like it. Are you scared of heights?
No.
Do you play Bidwiz?
No. I'm not that old yet.
Oh, hilarious. Dominoes?
Yes.
Spades.
Yes.
Okay.
How do you do with scary movies? You like them? You don't like them?
I like them, but I don't understand the attraction. Like when something comes out, I gotta go, oh my God, I gotta go see the next. Like I'm not like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Which streaming show do you binge watch?
Here we go. This is my favorite topic. So, I am a serial. What's it called? I watch all the shows. The show you guys got to watch in order. You got to go watch the show called Fauda, F-A-U-D-A. It's like Israeli Homeland. It's incredible.
Fauda. Which
Fauda.
platform is it on?
It's on Netflix.
Okay, I'm going to look that up.
Then I just finished watching Warrior, which is on HBO Max.
Okay.
I'll be back. Which is about the migration of the Chinese into San Francisco in the 1800s, the drama and racism and everything you can imagine dealing with the Irish and white folks at that time.
Wow, it sounds good.
It's incredible. You got to watch Dope Sick with Michael Keaton.
Mm-hmm.
You got to watch Gomorrah, which is like, we always hear about Italy.
Right.
Hold on a second. The phone is about to go to the car again. Y'all hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Were you about to go play golf? Because I noticed you have some green pants.
Yes. I'm about to go play golf.
All right.
I got a call. There's a course called Lakeside Country Club, which is like one of the most prestigious clubs in the country. And hopefully the people I was supposed to have a meeting with aren't listening to this because I canceled 2 meetings to go play Lakeside.
Hilarious.
Dang, he drove to his house, changed his clothes, and he's back in the car.
That's a great line. I wanted to ask you the last question before we let you go. What is something you wish you had experienced or wish you had not experienced in your life?
I just told my son we're talking about regrets.
Mm-hmm.
And Lewis, you know his game probably better than me, about him passing up shots and giving the ball to people who don't pass him the ball and passing the ball to people who might miss the shot and having you're living in so much fear of making a mistake that last game you had the center bringing the ball up during the press because you don't want to get ripped.
Mm-hmm.
And so I said, son, you don't want to have these regrets. And I have regrets in my life. Although I would have never played a minute unless we were blowing them out, I regretted not walking on at UCLA. All the walk-ons that made it, I used to drag them in the Wooden Center during intramurals and pickups. I regret not ever playing football because we were on a freshman football team, and then I was in Inglewood, and so it was peer pressure. One friend quit, another one quit, and then I quit. And I am disgusted that I did that.
Wow. Now,
so you were a walk-on at UCLA?
No. Are you listening? I didn't walk on. I regret not walking on.
Okay.
Well, before we let you go, but there's something you'll be happy at the end of the season. So that's all I got to tell you. You'll be happy at the end of the season.
Okay. Well, he better be. He's a senior. He'll be a senior.
Yeah, he'll be at the end of the season.
I mean, I was glad the coach got to see him do that dunk yesterday.
Oh, that dunk was.
But sick,
it
right?
was sick dunk. And then the thing was, somebody was under him, and he held on the rim, spread his legs, and then the ref tried to tee him up. And everybody in the gym's like, no! And then the ref partner's like, no.
He got to tee it up.
Don't no tee.
Okay.
My man, the ref was so embarrassed because he wanted to tee him up.
Now
but somebody went underneath him.
Yeah, and he looked down at him. That's what made it sweet.
How tall is your son?
Right.
He's about
6 foot.
But got hops, mad hops.
Where you get that from? Because
have
you ever dunked?
That's so disrespectful.
No, I don't remember you ever being able to touch the rim. I mean, seriously.
Oh, that's another one.
And his daughter's
That's 2 in a
wet.
row.
Freshman on VAR, so she's doing his
Yeah.
So he's got
No,
athletes.
Chris had game.
Louis, you usually ask about what comedian is what in
Yeah,
comparison.
Okay, that's a good one. For
Someone in the chat room said Chris Spencer is the Reggie Miller of comedy.
Okay, what we do is we equate comedians with their athletes.
Really?
Yeah, so they say you're Reggie Miller. They said I was AC Green.
Hilarious.
So
Joe said I was Cedric Sabalas.
yeah, who do you see
Hilarious.
Kevin Hart as?
Kevin is Steph Curry,
Okay, Dave Chappelle.
right?
Steph Curry.
Dave Chappelle is Kyrie.
No.
Okay.
Okay, well, that's your opinion. Okay.
Okay. Who else?
Who is
I'm-
Lewis?
I'm-
Who would you
first
see
of all,
Lewis as?
First of all, I'm Magic.
No,
All right, I can go with that.
Because you give
Only because I give out a lot of assists.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. I can see that.
I help a lot of people.
I can see that. Buddy Lewis.
Lewis Dix. Buddy Lewis is Tree Rock. Like he be BSing, but every now and then he'll give you 40, right?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
oh, Tree had 40.
No, Buddy to me would be like
Right?
a Daryl Dawkins too. Yeah.
No, Tree Rollins is it.
Yeah.
He ain't no Daryl Dawkins.
Tree-
Buddy ain't been on TV enough.
Lewis Dix. Lewis Dix. Huh.
Yeah, you gotta think about
Let
that
me
one.
think. Right.
AC Green. I like AC Green.
Lewis is, I know the AC Green because he's so nice, but he's also dark on the inside. So
Damn.
I got to figure out who that is.
You know who it is? What I think, old school.
Dwight Howard.
No,
Dwight Howard.
for me,
Like,
Maurice Lucas.
every now and then he might just bow you in the jaw
Yeah.
and act like, what happened? I didn't know I hit you in the jaw. What?
Yeah.
Come on, man. Would I hit you in the jaw?
What about Steve Harvey?
Steve Harvey is Oscar Robinson.
Okay.
If Oscar Robinson didn't pass.
Okay.
So, I mean, you know, he's one of our goats.
Yeah.
And so,
Cedric.
who's the richest? Who's Cedric?
I would
James
go.
Worthy?
I would go more like microwave, Vinnie Johnson.
Are we talking about personality or their act?
Kind of both.
I'm kind of doing their act. How smooth Cedric is. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Cedric's almost like Iceman. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
he
George
is.
Gervin.
Yeah, he's Gervin. Yeah, you're right.
without trying, you just love him.
Yeah.
You ain't
Yeah.
never. Can I cuss on this network?
Yeah.
You ain't never heard nobody say "fuck Cedric." You know what I mean?
True.
Right. True.
True.
Everybody loves Cedric.
Yeah, except the guy that created the neighborhood. He probably said.
Hilarious.
But he's gone. Hey, Chris, enjoy your golf game, and thank you so much for taking the time, man. Much love, much
Come
respect.
on, man. Yes.
Appreciate
Love
it.
y'all. Bye, Paul.
All
Bye,
right.
Chris.
See you tonight.
And you can text me who you think I
West
was.
Side for life.
All right.
Peace.
Oh, let's do you, Terry Teagle. Mark Macon. George Lynch.
Oh God! All right.
They was in the
No,
league for a minute.
Those are all committee. You're probably Dale Ellis. You're deadly. It's like, don't leave him open.
There
All
you go.
right.
I take
I
that
was
one.
Yeah, that's who you are, Jeff. Jeff ain't gonna create his own shot.
Hilarious. All right, man. Be careful.
But one love, y'all.
All right,
All right, man.
peace. It was Chris Spencer. What a great, funny. That's how interviews should be. He's actually the best interview we've had. As opposed to, I'm saying Garrett Morris was Garrett Morris.
Right.
But I'm saying as far as, because my muse is like, we need more comedy, and Poet's like more comedy. So I think he gave us
He
that.
gave us that too, yeah.
He gave us the laughs. It was a lot of laughs, and it was
The
just.
guy gave us that too.
Oh, I wasn't there. Was he okay?
Yeah, guy was great.
Yeah. Guy. God, yeah.
I think this would be a good time to run my commercial.
What?
Yes. Go ahead.
What? How is she just going to... So what did y'all do while I was gone? So all of a sudden now she's got a commercial?
We had a
Yeah.
great chemistry.
Hosting a
Yeah, we did.
podcast? Let us show you how to host, market, and monetize your podcast like a pro. Sign up for our next podcast class on February 12th, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Register today and get $50 off. For more info, visit our website at morrismediastudios.com or click the link below. Get your podcast started today.
That's great. Why can't you do a commercial like that for our show?
I will.
That's a good commercial.
It is.
Thank you.
That was good. It felt like I could learn stuff and get $50 off.
Hey, man, yeah. With the quickness.
Wow. Can you
Thanks,
play
guys.
that again?
How many classes is
Yeah,
that?
sure.
Yeah, let's hear that again. That's-
Actually, it's like 90 minutes, and it's pretty thorough. But here we go. Let's give it a go. Thinking about hosting a podcast? Let us show you how to host, market, and monetize your podcast like a pro. Sign up for our next podcast class on February 12th, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Register today and get $50 off. For more info, visit our website at morrismediastudios.com or click the link below. Get your podcast started today.
That was really, she knows what she's doing. So that's, who's the girl?
Just the picture I found on the internet.
Yeah, because she doesn't look good. I'm just kidding.
Wow.
I'm just kidding.
No, you're not. You serious.
I'm just kidding.
You
I don't-
serious. You
I don't know.
serious. No, you make statements like that, you serious.
No, I didn't mean it like that.
That's discrimination. That's harassment.
I didn't mean it like
Yeah,
that.
you did.
I didn't mean it
But
like
it came out like that.
You know what's funny? On my little rundown, I have Tony Rock's thing. He's not even here. That's so funny. I copied the wrong thing.
Oh.
But
When are we gonna
I'm
get
Louis
Tony
Dix.
Rock and Jeff Arnold
What's the name of the show?
in a man's world.
In a Man's World.
When is Tony Rock coming?
I have to call him back.
Oh, okay.
He calls me OG. He calls me OG. And
Do you not
okay.
like that?
I'm okay with it. I am an OG. You know, I'm an OG.
Everybody calls me Lady Boss.
They call what?
Boss. What's up, boss?
You?
Boss. Well, you going to like a T-Mobile, a store, and everything.
They call you boss?
Yeah. What's up, boss? What's up, boss? Hey, boss, can I help you?
I
What's
get
up?
a lot of sir. How you doing, sir?
Well, yeah, you look. Yeah.
What you look like.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
it's
we
time
see
for
it,
my poetess report, but
So
I
it's
can't
like time
find
for
my...
everything for you. Just say it's poetess time.
It is. Let me just get my little few minutes.
We had this thing going on. See, it was just like,
it's
yeah.
like it's my commercial. It's time.
Don't you have to go to the bathroom again?
You know what? Don't you got some blockage to get rid? Let's go.
At that time?
Okay, guys. Jay-Z.
Oh wait. It's no.
I can't find.
The intro. There's.
I can't find the intro.
Well,
I'm
you know
sorry.
what? Well, before you do that, play your commercial again as the intro.
You like that voice,
Yeah,
don't
I do.
you?
I do.
Thinking about hosting a podcast? Let us show you how.
You
to
know, I'll
host,
play it.
market,
So
and
anybody in the chat
monetize
room,
your
sign up
podcast like a
Exactly.
for my
pro. Sign up
podcast
for our
class.
next podcast class on February 12th, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Register today and get $50 off. For more info, visit our website at morrismediastudios.com or click the link below. Get your podcast started today.
Did you hear that, Aaron Gladman? You and your
Oh,
boys
wow.
need to sign up.
Is Aaron
man.
still mad at you?
I don't know. I sent him a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. I like Aaron Gladman. He
is he
just
mad
got all
at you for?
sensitive. Because I had told him to stop with the girl memes with us dressed like women because it's a man show. He wouldn't do that to himself.
Oh, okay.
So, but I listened to it was brutal, but I listened to his boys try to do us.
Oh,
Oh, it was
How many of
embarrassing.
them?
I mean, I don't know, about 4 of them. He gave them names like they were really talented. It was pretty like, come on.
Okay, I found my intro.
Okay. No, I respect Aaron.
25% of the couples in this country.
Listen to the hit. All right, so Jay-Z, Meek Mill, and Killer Mike, amongst others, are trying to prevent a law in New York that would allow rap lyrics to be used as evidence in a criminal trial.
But you mean, so if from a rapper, if a rapper committed the crime.
You know how rappers, they say all this stuff in their rap songs,
Right.
and so if they end up going to court, some cases they've used rappers' lyrics
against them
as evidence against their crime.
Oh, okay. Okay, but that particular rapper, it would be his lyrics, not another person.
Right, it would be his lyrics. They're trying to push through some legislation titled Rap Music on Trial. It was first proposed in November by state senators Brad Hoylman and Jamal Bailey to prevent prosecutors from reciting lyrics except in the cases of clear and convincing proof. So,
Wow.
they say the right to free speech is enshrined in our federal and state constitution. So, do you guys think this is a constitutional?
Yeah.
Um.
Are they just
Do you think it's fair?
specifically going after rappers?
My thing is, rappers need not to do that. First of all, a lot of times they're posting incriminating evidence on Instagram, social media, like money and guns and drugs.
That's the environment that they grow up in. So that's the product of where we live. So we showing, as they say in the streets, we just, for our fan base, we keeping it real.
Well, there's a lot of realness that doesn't include guns and sex.
But not in their world.
Yeah,
now.
in their world too.
No, it's not.
It's where they're looking.
Have you been in their world?
Yes.
You're not in their world.
Okay.
You're not in their daily
So you're trying
life.
to tell me when they were in 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th grade, in their world, they didn't go to school and they saw sex
Some of
and all
them
that
did.
stuff at school?
Yes.
No.
How you know?
Not all the time. Not every minute.
Why not?
Why is a better question. Why? I don't think so. I think people, you can gravitate to what
We just have a history of
You can't
idolizing the neighborhood.
Right,
Kingpin,
glorifying it.
yes.
And that's what they grow up in. When you see your mama bringing different men in and all of that, when you hear your relatives curse, when you seeing your older brother hustling, you see weed and all that, you walking in,
Okay.
or a little girl.
I got you. I agree.
So
Okay. But let me ask you a question. But you're trying to tell me that they also don't see somebody going to school, somebody working every day, somebody, father walking their daughter, somebody washing their car, somebody doing all the negative things or so-called hood things you see them. I am sure that they also see those other things. That's my point.
Okay.
So you can see what you see, but hopefully you get enough love to where you say, I'm going to, and it's both of them are difficult. It's hard being good. It's hard doing the right thing.
I think it's one thing to express what's going on in your environment and another to kind of glorify it.
Yes.
And that's where they at. They glorifying it.
But they can glorify. I mean, there are a lot of, most deaf and all of them glorified. I mean, the rappers before
But
glorified.
they're looking at the glorification of what's going put food on my table.
No.
Me talking about this and me talking about walking down the street being a happy ass person washing a car. That ain't gonna bring.
If you got bars, it can.
No, that ain't gonna bring no money in because that's what
How
not.
you know it's not gonna bring.
Well,
They tried
sometimes-
it.
Have you heard any rap records like that?
Well,
Yes.
To your point, Jeff, a lot of that doesn't get the marketing machine behind it. It's
Exactly.
out there, but it doesn't get the marketing machine that the music that is that.
Because
Right.
they'd rather us drink that image,
Exactly.
and we as a group keep pushing it as opposed to it's just like I have to kind of agree with Monique when she was saying because I was listening to her talk about and they were like, well, Monique, some girls gotta gotta wear the bonnet because they can't get to the airport and all that stuff. And she was like, well, back in the day we had stuff to do too, but we had time to
yes.
iron our stuff, press it, present yourself a certain way. I mean, it's.
Yeah,
But everybody's in a hurry now.
I don't know. It's just
yeah,
hard.
I think that's maybe this generation.
It's this generation
because when I go, I don't know if this is a Vallejo, California thing, but every time I go to Vallejo, I see people in their pajamas all the time out in public. 7-Eleven,
But
Walmart.
But at the bar that I see young women all constantly every night. They come to the club in their house slippers.
They look nasty.
It is.
We haven't heard you say that in a while, Lewis.
do.
Okay.
They do. They come in their house slippers, and then they get offended when you tell them you can't come in.
Yeah,
And they're like, why?
Why would you want to wear shoes for
Because
your house out in the street?
They said because I'm comfortable.
Well, because we don't have enough images.
There's
we don't have
cute
enough people.
shoes that are comfortable.
Yeah, we don't have enough people on the upside telling them. Because I believe if more of us adults push the narrative of good, good, good. Hey, have you done your homework? Good morning, whatever. It will pay off. And don't get me wrong. I believe there are a lot more kids doing the right thing, young people, than there are doing the wrong thing.
They are.
Right.
But we don't highlight it.
We don't
enough.
highlight that.
Right.
Yeah.
There are a lot more kids doing the right thing who get up every day, work hard, respect their parents, respect themselves,
go to school.
Yes, and it's a lot of, and it's some young girls that are nasty and they just nasty. And it's a lot of nasty boys too.
Yeah, exactly.
And then it's a lot of nasty men.
A lot of nasty women.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. What's your next?
Sheena commented in the chat room and said, "Who's to say that what they're rapping about is actually true? Like, how can they prove? Like, that's one reason why they shouldn't be able to use that.
Yeah.
Is that the producer? Sheena?
Yeah, Sheena.
Why is she not
she
on site?
She made a big pot of chili, and I'm going to get on you guys a few weeks ago, and you guys didn't even bother taking any. She cooked it for you guys.
Now, see, that was the one thing. We did not know that, because I talked about it. I even told Code 3, I was like, man, I really wanted to get some of that chili. And it was obvious that I was on my way to being blocked up. So.
Yeah,
I didn't even know anything
about it. We offered you guys.
But you know what? But
you were like, oh, no, we're cool.
We honestly did not think. Tell her we apologize. But next time, could she say, I made it for you guys?
Sheena makes the best chili I've ever tasted.
No, because I thought about it because I love chili.
It's white chili and black rice. It is so delicious.
Well, tell her we love to have some, and we apologize because we thought it was just something you guys were eating. We did not know she made it for us.
She made a big pot.
It's not like the way she presented the waffles and chicken.
She does when she cooks. She cooks for everybody that's here.
Well, then she needs to make that from now. Well, she didn't have a towel on her head and stuff. She didn't look like she was cooking for us.
What?
Slippers.
You know what, Louis?
She didn't have an apron on. She
didn't
have no little tooth thing in her mouth.
Don't have Sheena come up here and whoop your ass. Okay, so the next item
she wasn't singing those spirituals.
Ain't that a bitch?
I ain't seen no pots and pans in there.
Cooking for my man.
She gonna get you, Louis. She is gonna get you. Okay, so a jury of 18 people who appear mostly white was picked for the federal trial of the 3 Minneapolis police officers charged in the George Floyd's killing. Right. So they're really trying to figure out if that whole situation violated George Floyd's civil rights. What do you think is going to be the outcome of this?
You said 18 white people?
No, actually, there's one person with Asian descent among the 12 jurors who would deliberate if no alternates are needed, and a second person of Asian descent amongst the 6 alternates.
And the rest are white?
Let's see here.
I think they're gonna be.
No, they do have someone who is. They said Tao. I guess is his.
Well, I think
some Asian-American. I've never seen this word, but Lane, who is white, and Keong, who is black, are broadly charged. Oh, these are the officers that are going to be charged in the Floyd.
Yeah, I think
okay. So, but what if I know my man who had his knee on him got convicted. Right. What about those other cops? Did they have their trial?
These are the ones that this is what this trial is for. Is those guys?
But this is their civil trial or their criminal trial?
This is their federal trial.
But what happened? Did they have a criminal trial for the state?
State trial? No, they're going straight federal.
So they're not going to.
They're going to. The state is going to go after the federal.
Okay.
So, and I mean, just to see, I think they're going to, my personal opinion, they're going to be convicted. Because they stood there. They did nothing.
Think?
Yeah, they stood there and they absolutely did nothing. They watched that man. They contributed to that man's death. Because they could have stopped that officer from doing that.
Now, I want to say something, but I know it wouldn't be nice to say.
No, go ahead and say it.
Huh?
Say it.
No, it couldn't be nice. Because if it was my family member, I'd still be mad and upset, but I don't want to say what most people would say in
Say
their
it,
home.
Lewis. Damn,
What,
people
I'ma
might be
kill-
thinking like
You
you.
would kill him?
No, I wouldn't kill him.
What?
But
What?
like, what's next? Let's move. That's wrong.
To move on.
No, we can't say that because.
So you don't think they should be tried?
Yes, definitely. I think they should be tried. I thought they were already tried. I thought it was over.
No, they did it separate from Derek Chauvin's
Chauvin.
case.
Well, they definitely need to go to jail. They definitely need to be convicted.
But like the word on the street, with the black men stepping up, especially in Minneapolis, they said they'll never let that happen again.
What?
They'll never sit there and watch a George Floyd be murdered like that. A life will be taken. That's what's on the streets now. I mean,
Yeah, well, I think that
'Cause they stood
I
around-
think the Derek Chauvin case set a precedent.
Yes.
Because now you're seeing more cops being.
held accountable.
Yeah.
Look at the woman that shot the kid, Blake. She got convicted.
Who?
She got convicted of
Oh yeah.
manslaughter.
She got convicted. Yeah. So good for her.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
good for justice. Go ahead.
Okay, so this last story is kind of near and dear to Lewis's heart, but it's something I did want to kind of discuss. Is there's a new docuseries coming out called "We Need to Talk About Bill Cosby."
I saw. Yeah.
When I saw that headline, I go, okay, here's another documentary. But when I saw who actually produced it and who's being interviewed in it, I felt like I didn't know how to feel. But what's his name? Kamal Bell. Actually is, I think, hosting and producing this piece. But it's a 4-part documentary that premieres January 30th on Showtime. It's let's see.
It's about Bill Cosby.
Yeah, it's about Bill Cosby and kind of us holding him accountable.
Did they contact you?
Yes.
Did they?
Yes.
And you declined?
Yes.
Why? You could have been the balance of.
Because they would have had power to edit it the way they wanted to. And I don't, Kamal Bell, with all due respect, I mean, I just think that there have been a number of people that he could have done a 3-4-part series on that he's not doing. About different
Okay, so
other
my
people.
question is,
So-
it says a trailer for the show, and I watched the trailer.
Yeah, I did.
And
you sensitive about
it is directed by W. Kamal Bell and others coming. Well, it's him coming and others coming to terms with the fact that our beloved comedian was also drugging and assaulting women. However, clips from the trailer suggest Cosby was hiding in plain sight, dropping breadcrumbs about who he was, as one woman puts it. So my question with that is, should we be holding ourselves, our people, accountable in a public arena like this?
Well, I mean, be careful. Let's hope Kamal Bell slate is clean. Let's hope he doesn't get his 4-part series. Because a lot of those clips, you can take anything out of context and make what someone says over the 60 years that he's talked to America and just have him say that one phrase and say, yeah, he's dropping a breadcrumb.
Right.
Because he says that. The whole Spanish fly joke was a joke.
But it's going back.
They just said that little part.
See, that goes back to our earlier story. Should they be able to use his comedy
That's what I'm
clips
saying.
to against it?
Why? But my thing is,
But have you watched the Hugh Hefner thing?
the Playboy thing.
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
Yeah. When the woman comes out, 2 women come out and say
Right.
back in the 70s,
Right.
saying that, accused him of that.
Listen, have we dealt with Epstein thing and who was on that plane?
Yeah.
I mean, there's so much
There's
out
so-
there.
there's
There's
so
so
much,
much.
yeah.
I mean, we know.
And Giselle,
We know the history of America.
Right.
And my thing is, Kamal Bell is jumping on something that he knew that the powers that be would produce for him. And it looks like it has more credibility because he's a black man doing it.
to another black man.
You know, and
Yeah,
I'm So-
just I was kind of torn between after watching the trailer. Like, man, do we do this? Do we hold ourselves accountable in the court of, public
Opinion?
yeah.
Well, I mean, that's what we're selling now. So, I mean, right now,
But then people can look at you, Lewis, because you are so close to Bill Cosby, and think, well, you may be prejudiced. I mean,
no, I'm not prejudiced. He's my friend. I love him, and this is Kamal Bell's piece that he did, and I'm sure Kamal Bell would have if he sat in front of Dr. Cosby, he'd have a different perspective and ask different questions, and probably would have to deal with the direct answers as opposed to having other people speak and who are speaking what they want to speak. They've got a platform. And the one thing that's important for people nowadays in 2022 is to have a platform. I get to talk. I don't have to talk to my imaginary friend anymore. I have a camera in front of me. They put makeup on me. I get to talk, and they'll sit there and watch, and then they'll try to do some speaking engagements on it. And I mean, Godfrey's on there talking about it, and Godfrey, he has his thing where he was doing warm up for the show, and he had a thing where Cosby came out and did a set because Godfrey felt that Cosby felt that he was killing too much and doing too
Cosby
well.
Came out there and destroyed.
And come on. Why would Cosby have to compete with you and he's hiring you?
Yeah, but the thing is,
everybody has their opinion, and I'm cool with it. That's who I'm not. Kamal Bell is making his money off of making his money.
But it's just like Paul has said, should we discuss this publicly or should we just keep it quiet in barbershops?
Yeah, because he
shops,
did. He went to jail. He did his time.
And it wasn't. No, he didn't go to jail. He went to jail, and then
prison.
He went to prison, and then it was overturned.
But he still.
So he didn't do the time for it. He was in jail, and as he appealed,
he was in prison. How long though?
Yeah, but he was in. But it was vacated. It wasn't. So it doesn't exist. It's not in the law. In the eyes of the law, he was not guilty, and it is not on his record. That's the eyes of the law. So just the same way, just like
my whole thing about that Bill Cosby case is, old girl that brought up these charges had already signed off on a deal with him. Like, how was she able to come back?
Hey, the powers
and do that.
Hey.
That's my only issue. I'm not saying he did it or he didn't do it. It's just how they
because
handled
the prosecutor was up for re-election and he needed something.
The powers that be. You'll stand on any stoop you can to get what you want. That's America. Look at what America did to become America.
I find not just with Bill Cosby. I find that and sometimes we rightfully should always be defensive when it comes to us in the public, but some folks, excuse my French, fuck up, and they should be held accountable.
No, absolutely.
Like, what about R. Kelly?
Hey, listen, my thing is, how much of your truth are you going to tell about yourself first? That's how I look at it. How much of your truth are you going to stand in front of a camera and tell about yourself first?
Well, Dick Gregory said something interesting on the Breakfast Club, and he kind of like defended Bill. He's like, you got to understand the reason why they came after Bill. He's like, y'all not understanding the real reason why all this is coming against Bill.
Dr. Cosby.
Okay, I can call him Bill.
No, you can't.
Okay, well, you call him Dr. Cosby, Bill. Well, he comes, Mr. Cosby. That make you feel better?
That's cool. That's better.
Okay, wow. Really? You so sensitive about the subject.
I'm not sensitive.
I'm
not sensitive.
You are. Your tone just went up.
I'm not sensitive. I'm just making my point.
Yeah.
I'm not sweating.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Why do you what?
But like he said, and I don't know if it's true, but I heard the rumors about it that he was really, Mr. Cosby, Dr. Cosby, really wanted to purchase NBC. And
I don't know. That's the thing. We don't know because we don't know.
Right.
And like I said, that's for him.
I don't believe that rumor because they don't have to sell to him. Like, that is simple as that. They don't have to kill him or make his life
that's
worse.
What I'm saying. Those are questions that I'm sure will answer.
He probably squeezed the titty of the wrong white girl, and they daddy didn't like it, and I would believe that story more than him trying to buy something.
Just like,
I'm Louis Dix.
I'm Jeff.
Anything else? Oh no, go ahead, continue. No, I'm not. No, it's just. I think
if anybody in the chat room has a comment, you can call in 323 I almost gave out my number. 323-815-4204. If you want to comment on anything you heard on the show today.
How are the people in the chat room? What are they chatting about?
Well, I think for the most part, I think we tend to feel like when a black man or a black person is being, I'm going to put in air quotes, held accountable, we feel like
We're attacking them.
we're attacking them. It's always something against the black man. It's this
No.
and that. you
Right is
know?
right and wrong is wrong. I mean, that's just our grandparents taught us that.
Yeah.
I mean, I mean, in America everyone has a right is right and wrong is wrong in their journey.
But you still have people that still like I was talking to these ladies a couple of weeks ago. They still hold R. Kelly to the highest esteem. They think, oh, that's bullshit.
I mean, could we ever
like-
do wrong in our own eyes?
Of course,
And
wrong
I mean,
is wrong.
but you listen to them, and and it's in their voice and their conviction. They say he was set up. He did nothing wrong.
Well, some
Them
people
girl
still
went-
think that Trump won the election.
Yeah. So I mean, everyone has in their entitled to their own opinion about it. I mean, but when you break the law, though, it's like okay.
That's
Yeah,
why I
some
miss
things-
driving movies.
Some things you just can't give a pass to. I'm sorry. You
No,
just can't.
hey, no. Like right is right and wrong is wrong. And when you look in the mirror, like Aretha
So
Franklin
you
said,
really
look in the mirror.
believe in your heart of hearts that your friend Bill Cosby, Dr. Cosby, is innocent?
It's not a thing about what I believe in my heart is heart. What I believe is that I love him and he's my friend.
Yeah.
Beyond that, that's between himself and the world, and that's where I stand as far as my opinion doesn't matter because my name is not Dr. Bill Cosby. My name is Louis Dix.
But your
Okay.
name is associated with
respect
him.
that.
I mean, my name is associated with you. And I would tell people the same thing. I love Jeff. He's my friend, and I stand by him. I'll go visit him.
Did
I'm
you
selling
visit
the book.
Cosby?
No, I did not. He didn't. No one visited.
Oh, okay.
I'll sell a book on you. I'll be like, yeah, personally, I think he did it.
I mean,
Damn.
it's kind of like, if that's your friend, that's your friend. If you love him, I mean, it's
Yeah, I would have to.
I
my
mean, look
two
at
best-
Sheena. Now you're
my-
Sheena.
Yeah,
let's go.
right.
Okay.
Sheena and Thellis could really do no wrong in my
Right,
eyes.
you would
Okay, but
still
let's-
love him and say, "Hey, I
Yeah.
love her." And
Yeah.
Okay, but let's be honest and let's be real about it since we're having the conversation. What if you knowingly know that the person is doing wrong?
But see, if
If you
I'm
knowingly
growing
know.
up with them and I'm with them and I see them doing wrong, I'm going to tell them they're doing wrong. If I see you doing something, just like you and I would hope. If you saw me doing
you know-
something,
but
if
if
you
you know
saw
it's
me
gonna
doing
cost
something,
everything.
if you saw me doing something, hopefully you would say, "Hey, Lou, what are you doing?" And then you would, if I say, "Forget you, I'm going to do it." All right, man, I'm out. I still love you, but I can't do that with you.
Right. That's probably.
That's true. But then what if
The
it comes
stance I
down
would take.
and then the legal course comes and they like, okay, and you saw something there.
No, you mean I would have already told you how I felt about it. So I don't need to go tell anybody else about it.
But if they came after you and they
I
finally
have no
said,
comment.
okay, but no, if they finally came after you and they came to me and it's like, okay, now do I snitch on my friend?
No, see, it's not about snitch. If somebody said, did you see them doing that? I didn't see you doing that because I just told you I got to go. Hey, man, what are you about to do?
No, you seen me do shit.
If I've seen you,
We being real about shit.
Okay,
You can pull me aside privately and say, yo, what you
I
did,
would stop you if
that
I
was
see you
fucked
doing
up.
something. If I see you doing something that's against the law, I would go to stop you.
And then if
And
I
if
was
you
like,
say, get off of me,
Right.
I would turn around and walk out.
Okay,
I'd
so-
say, wait, before you do it, let me go.
okay, so then I end up doing it, and now I get caught for it. But the only
But
person that can say,
if it's horrific enough, I'm going to whip you behind. I'm going to get it. We're going to fight. If I got to protect someone, unless you got a gun and you're going to kill
no, but
me.
the thing is, what I'm trying to say is, you saw whatever I was doing that was fucked up.
But I'm not going to allow you to take that step.
But then it does.
So you're saying I walk in a room.
And
I
I'm
walk in
doing
a room
something
and you doing something. I'm
fucked
going to
up.
pull you off of that.
Okay, but then now legal action is brought against me. Now you are corroborating witness, and they say we need your testimony.
You need my testimony. Why do I have to testify? You already caught him. Use the evidence.
But no, we need
Now,
you
if
to
your mother
corroborate,
came
though.
to me and said, you need to tell the truth, this is what he did. Now, if I saw you but that's the thing. If I saw you doing something so horrific, I'm going to put myself in between that because I love you and I'm obligated to protect the person.
Yeah, right, I get that. I would do the same.
All right, but if you're about to do something, and I'm in the room,
and you don't know what I'm about to do,
and you're about to do something, I'm going to say, hey man, hopefully our friendship is solid enough where I can get through to you, and say, hey man, what's going on with you? And I'm talking to you enough to tell that person leave. Now that person is leaving and you saying, no, where's she going? Hey, man, now if you're going to hurt me to get to that, then it's a bigger problem.
Okay. I get what you're saying.
So I'm not going to let that happen.
No, real friends hold each other accountable.
Yeah, I'm not going to let that happen.
I tried that with you.
Only a weak man is going to sit there and let another man, his best friend, do something that's going to hurt both of them.
Yeah, but we had that, though. We had that situation.
And you in my attic. In that situation,
I swear, next show we're gonna have some sound effects because I wanted that dum dum dum.
You was like, no, you gotta go.
Right,
I'm doing this, and I was like, no, really? Yeah, I ain't trying to get involved in it. I just want to rest. And you like, no, you got to go. And I was like, all right, fuck it, I'm out.
I forgot which one that was.
Okay.
We've had so many, not a lot.
That was on Hudson.
Okay, so to wrap up my segment,
your segment's not wrapped up yet.
Okay, y'all ran away with it, but
okay,
good.
Go ahead.
Just to rest in peace and condolences to the people that we lost this week. Andre Leon Talley.
Yeah, the fashion guy.
Yeah, so he was one of the first fashion editors for Vogue.
Vogue, yeah.
And they said Vogue didn't even mention it. Is that correct?
I think him and the editor fell out at some point, or the editor-in-chief or the publisher or somebody fell out at some point.
Oh, man,
so I don't know the details.
He was a big guy, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like 6'6".
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and then also, as you mentioned, Louis Anderson, 68.
Wow, he was 68?
Yep. Meatloaf, 74. And a lot of people may not know this guy, but his name is Sidney Miller, radio veteran. He was a publisher of BRE magazine, Black Radio Exclusive, which was an industry trade magazine that radio records and the black entertainment industry was a part of. So rest in peace to all of those guys.
I miss magazines. I miss magazines.
They still have a few out there.
Yeah, a lot of them.
Order shit off in the back of them.
The what?
You can order stuff off on the back of them.
No, not just good
back page
good reading. Wow, yeah, we're just at that age now where people
you got to take care of yourself now.
Yeah,
you do. You have to maintain and take care of yourself now. I mean, it's like
wow, that's funny.
Because you got to
go. Just talked about is calling me right now. Yeah.
Oh,
wow.
God, I
He's
hope
listening.
he wasn't listening.
Yeah,
but even if he was, he know Lewis got his damn back. Mr. Cosby's on the phone with Lewis.
Yeah. I mean, he had to take that call. You see,
I wonder if he was watching, because that was the timing of that. Somebody was watching, I bet, and told him.
Yeah. Yeah, he's telling him about it now. So I think he was watching it. So.
Oh, gosh. Shit, have him call in.
Nah, he gonna do that.
Yeah.
The ratings will go up, though. The comments will go through the roof, though. So where we at now?
We were moving on to your health tips, which I think it might have been cool if you did something on, eating right due to Lewis's current.
No, you know what? Like before the pandemic and all that, my whole thing is that I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not a health expert or anything. I just know what's right and what goes in my body. And every individual, you have to take time when you go to the store and you have to read the ingredients.
Go in the kitchen, Lewis. We can hear you.
You have to, you have to know what you're putting in your body now. And the biggest thing that people can't get away, and Lewis' biggest problem is the fructose corn syrup. He's still drinking Gatorade and all of that shit.
I was surprised that he knew what the blockage was, like peanuts.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Should we close the door?
yeah, we gotta close the door. Yeah,
Hold on. Go ahead.
because it's a heated conversation.
Go ahead.
You know, he doesn't get Why not? Because you know he gonna come back. He ain't gonna tell us nothing. He ain't gonna give us no info.
So if y'all are just tuning in, we were talking about Bill Cosby earlier, and
Dr. Cosby called his friend Louis Dixon.
and called Louis. So
Yeah.
either he was listening or someone called him and told him, "Wow."
So they talking about you. Well, no, I mean that's the one thing about Louis is he is a true friend to the end, though. No matter what the ups and downs we went through, that we go through, you know, and we go through a whole lot.
Yeah.
I mean, you know,
Yeah,
so
you fellows stick together.
yeah. I mean, could you be a friend like that?
I
Are
am
you
a friend like that.
Yeah.
I am a friend like that. I take
So with
my
Sheena,
friendships.
yeah.
I do anything
And now,
for Sheena and
At
Talley.
the age in life that you're at now, how many friends that you can actually call? Because you know a lot of people, but all the people that you know, how many that you
I'm
can
gonna say
actually,
my circle is as small as maybe 5 people,
That
and
you
no
can
more
call.
than 10.
right?
And I know hundreds of people, but my circle, I would say less than 10.
That you
I
would call
can-
for
that
anything.
I can call that I consider a real friend, like somebody I can count on.
Right.
And my 2 best friends are Sheena and Thullis, and I know they love me. I know they there for me.
Are they both? I know Sheena's in L.A. Is that?
Yeah, Thullis is too.
Okay.
And it's vice versa. So I'm blessed. I don't need a whole bunch of friends.
Yeah.
I don't. I mean, I have a lot of associates and people a lot of clients and colleagues, but I don't swing around. I don't really throw around the
That
friend
word free,
thing
yeah.
freely like
I
that.
think my circle is like it's less than yours. I think I'm more like becoming more or less to myself now, and I don't know why. Like I don't think I should be able to depend on anyone now, or I wouldn't call anybody and ask anyone for anything right now.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just becoming inclusive now, and I don't know why that is.
Pride.
No, not pride. No, I don't think it's pride. I just think more it's just like privacy. I've always been like that. Never let no one know what I'm going through. No one knows my pain.
Yeah.
So,
I think we all kind of keep certain things to ourselves, no matter how close we are to people.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think we share entirely every single thing. I mean, I see some people doing it on social media. Like,
That's ridiculous. Are you a social media active person?
I am, but mostly to promote my business.
Do you share personal stuff?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah, I do. But I don't share personal stuff. Like,
You know what I cut?
I don't. You won't see me on there really talking about my feelings or anything, or a breakup or anything seriously personal in my life. I don't post it to.
Right.
When I say personal, it might be a couple family pics up there,
Yeah.
couple things like that. But I don't share my relationships. I don't do none of that.
Now, I asked a question to my audience, and you can see who just lie and all of that. Like some women, and it's embarrassing too. Like, have you ever got a nude picture from a guy? A dick pic?
Yeah. I don't want somebody just randomly sending me a dick pic unless I ask for it. Somebody in the chat room sent us a dick pic. I ain't gonna say his name. He sent me, Precious and Kamira,
Really?
a dick pic, and we were quite pleased.
Wow. Okay.
He know who he is. I think he had either a remote control or a water
was
bottle
zooming in.
up next to it to show us the
length.
and the girth.
Wow. That's crazy.
But no, I don't like that.
Have you returned the favor? Have you ever sent the
I
pics?
haven't sent a nude pic, but I did send a nip pic.
Okay. All right.
A soapy,
Nip-
sudsy nip pic. That's about it.
Was
So
your
you
face on
won't
it
know-
too?
Nope.
No.
But it worked. It did the trick.
It did the trick. I never was into
Have
that
you
though. No.
sent a dick pic? Come on.
No, I have. I've
Gray
never,
pubes and all.
No, I've never. Wow, hilarious. I'm shaved though.
Oh, wow.
No,
Are you?
no, no.
I prefer that.
No, but I've never got into that though. I've never. I always thought that was like just from a person. I just thought
Because
that was so.
I think it's a generational thing too.
Yeah, I thought that was just so goofy and so stupid. And I used to, when a woman was sending that to me, I used to be like, because they were like, oh, what did you think of the pic? And I'm like, it's all right. I'm busy. I hit back. And they'd be like, what?
Oh, so you're saying you were never into women sending you a
nude pic.
You've never asked a woman to send you a nude pic?
No.
You've never FaceTime?
No, hell no. No. To me, that's the gayest shit, I think, though. I really do. When I see two dudes at the dime when I work, they be FaceTiming each other. And I'm like, really?
Well,
I got a guy.
They might be in a relationship with a guy.
No, they be
like-
calling up, yo, nigga, what's up with you, homie?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
nah, nigga,
Now that,
what you doing, nigga? I'm in the bed, nigga.
Yeah,
what you doing, nigga?
only
We at the
person I
dime.
FaceTime on a regular basis is my mom.
Really?
Anybody else, I ain't trying to FaceTime.
No, I think that is like, I don't want to look at another motherfucker, you know? I'm like, nah. It's just some old shit that, you know.
Yeah, I think it's a generational thing with you, with your generation, because y'all wasn't
My
doing that
generation.
when you
make
guys
me
was
sound
coming
like
up.
old.
I mean, well, I guess I'm part of your generation
Yeah,
too.
it's
But
like, you know.
no, I just never been into that.
You know, nude pictures back then, if you took one, you know, you had the Polaroid. And you could burn that. So it wasn't no evidence. Nah, that was the only thing that I was worried about is like, you know, with the internet and all that, because once you send that shit is out there. Ain't no deletion.
Yeah.
You know, just because you delete it off your phone, it may be off your phone, but it's still out there though.
Oh yeah, there was a few things you just brought to mind with that. Two things I wanted to cover before we get out of here. I did not know artists had to pay to perform at the Super Bowl halftime.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, I didn't know that.
I heard Dre. Let me see. I'm gonna pull that up. I heard Dr. Dre paid to do the.
To do the Super Bowl?
Mm-hmm.
No, I didn't hear that.
A lot
I
of
always
people
thought
don't
that-
know that. I think that the NFL is a nonprofit.
Yeah, but what you call it? I think Jay-Z has something to do with the halftime show because that's two different shows.
Okay, so they said Dr. Dre is spending millions of his own money on the Super Bowl.
Okay. Yeah. So
Let me see how much money he talking about spending. I heard they only pay entertainers union wage.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's still SAG though. It's still SAG. So you're only getting that, you know, the SAG payment.
Oh, they said Dr. Dre could reportedly lose millions if they cancel because of COVID.
But they're not going to do that. They're going to lose too much money.
Okay. The other thing.
In the city, LA ain't ready to give all that money back.
Let me see. The other thing I want to talk about was I think they're going to go ahead and move that trial for Vanessa Bryant's case with the
sheriffs.
Yeah, the sheriffs
Yeah.
that took the photo.
Yeah, I think they should all be held accountable for that, though.
Very unprofessional.
You violated her, you know, and Kobe being the man who he was, and the celebrity he was. No, you don't do nothing like that. And then you at a bar, and then you showing it, and then you texting it to other officers and all that. No, each and every one of them should be held accountable for that. She should get as much as she can for that.
Yeah, they wanted her to take a a mental
thing.
evaluation.
No, she should sue the sheriff's department and try to get every penny they can that she can for them. I mean, because that was just absolutely ridiculous. And then to laugh and joke about it too. I mean, come on. I mean, And then who was that that asshole comedian that said something about him? I don't think he's worked since.
Who is this?
There was some comic that made a reference. I mean, because they went back to the Denver trial and all of that. So.
Oh, wow, yeah.
So they went back and it's like, karma finally came around or something. And it was such a fucked up statement. And it's like, yo, really, dude? And it's like, come on, man.
Yeah, I just read the NFL. They pay these artists union scale, which is a fraction of the 6 and 7 figure sums they usually. But it is promotion.
Yeah, it's television, so you getting SAG wages. You getting a performance fee. Like if you're the lead singer, you getting like maybe $2,200. That's it.
They said that The Weeknd revealed that he contributed $7 million of his own money
to do the show.
Yeah,
I mean, because it's two different shows. You got the football game, and then it's like Jesse Collins' production. They did the Weeknd Super Bowl show. They did that show. So I think Jesse Collins may be producing Dr. Dre's show.
And they say this amount is on top of what the sports organization will front to cover the usual travel and production fees of the Pepsi-sponsored event, which is reported to cost as much as $10 million.
Yeah. So you looking at people, and in that situation, motherfuckers trying to cut corners. Like, what? Hey man, do you need an extra guitar person? Do you really need that person? And what they doing?
LA is gonna be so bananas.
But what they doing on that too, Paul? This is like everybody's here. So do we really need to fly anybody out? Because everybody's local. You can't find someone local to do it. I mean, LA is the mecca of entertainment. So they looking for everybody local right now. Even the production part of it. They're not flying, because I'm a stage manager, they're not flying stage managers out here because all the stage managers that work these big event shows are already living out here in LA. So your director, whoever they find to direct, they probably fly him in, but that's about it. Everybody here is going to be working local.
Yeah, so the lineup for this year's Super Bowl includes Eminem, Snoop, Kendrick Lamar, Mary J. Blige, and sources say that Dre is fronting most of the money necessary to pull off the event. My thing is, does he make money back?
Yeah, he's
gonna I think he has a new album or a new project out, so I'm sure he's gonna get some airtime with that.
But then he gonna get, for the commercials and all of that too. So he's gonna probably get some of that sponsor money too.
Yeah, I don't know. Just think I think
artists.
Churches and the NFL need to pay taxes. Fuck that.
You got so many hot artists. You only got 15 minutes. So I want to see how he's going to pull that off in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Wow,
Lewis is still on the phone with Dr. Cosby.
Yeah, he went outside, so he might got in his car and left.
Oh. All right. Well, shit. Let's. I guess we tell everybody bye.
Sign off early.
Oh my God. You go on and talk. Let me go see where Lewis is at. Somebody call in and talk to Jeff while I go find Lewis. 323.
And make sure Lewis is all right.
815-4204. Cosby gonna tell him he can't do the show no more.
Oh, wow.
So it just might be me and Jeff.
Which is okay.
Wow. I wonder who.
Somebody tipped him off. Somebody was watching the show. So he might tell him, hey, because he used to call me Pants Leg, so.
Pants leg.
Because I used to have my one
leg up.
Yeah.
90s thing.
Yeah. So. But that's interesting though.
Somebody said Bill letting Lewis know to keep his name out.
Keep my motherfucking name out your mouth, Nick. Getting gangster on him.
I know.
Why you whispering?
I'm not whispering. Now I kind of wish I left the door open so we could have.
I think he went outside.
Oh, okay.
So no, he gonna be all right though.
Well,
I mean, it's
I'm
a touchy subject. I mean, because
especially for Lewis, like
for a lot of comics though. I mean, you know, it's a real touchy subject. I mean,
it was
like you said. You know, at what point publicly do we hold them accountable and bring all that out? You know, from the closet.
Is it better that we do it or the white man do it? That's the question.
But you know, like you got to go back to like Oprah when she had to cancel the Michael Jackson thing. You know, because she took a hit because those kids, somebody recanted and said that this is what they did, and it really actually
she didn't do her due diligence.
Right.
And I didn't like that about Oprah. I thought that was a bad move on her part for the simple fact that she was all over Michael Jackson's nuts when he was alive.
Right.
And then you're going to support these I'm all for supporting victims of sexual abuse
and domestic
violence.
But
when you
and
have a financial motive, or you ended up lying or getting the information wrong,
embellishing it, you know, telling your narrative. And I think that's what this is all coming from now. Everyone now has, you know, a financial motivation. What can I gain from this now? You know?
Yeah, so I think Oprah didn't have to touch that one. I just felt like she shouldn't have jumped on board with that, so without doing her due diligence.
And there's still some people, like I was saying, like, you know, like those women, and they were adamant, and I was like, are y'all serious? They're like, yo, them bitches, they set themselves up. R. Kelly, he ain't do none of that. They all, you know, was in that. They just trying to destroy another black man, and y'all falling for all of that.
Right. That's a lot of what people. We had Glittery Bubbles join the chat room, and she asked us, did we touch on the Kamau Bell? Yeah, that's why Lewis is out of the room right now, is because we talked about that, and Lewis got a phone call from Bill Cosby as we were talking about it. So Lewis stepped out of the room. And he's still on the call, and he's still on the call with Dr. Cosby. So, yeah, it'd be interesting to see what that conversation.
So now another next thing is, like, you know, do you think it was fair that Kim didn't invite Kanye to the birthday party?
She says that wasn't true. That
right.
They had plans to do two parties.
Two parties and all of that.
But I think from looking from the outside in, I think Kim is trying to keep this as private as and possible. Cool as possible. Yeah. And I think when Kanye did that, that was kind of her last straw. Like, she probably had a few last straws with him, but I think she was trying to be civil about everything.
But I think, you know, too, also, it's that power play where I'm going to keep your kids from you. You know, regardless if we're going to do two parties and all that, I want to be there always for my kids. You know, regardless if you celebrating with your family or
No, if it's true and she didn't invite him, I think that's wrong in itself. But I don't know. Kanye's like that uncle you don't want to invite to the party because you know you're gonna be drunk and act the fool.
Oh my God.
So I don't know. I don't know. I just kind of respect how Kim is being low key with trying to just
handle all of this,
quietly move on with her life. But
I mean, yeah, she just, you know, one celebrity to the next celebrity. That's it.
Yeah,
like,
then there's that. But hey,
it's just like, you know, he's just, you know, this is just to get back at him right now. You know, I'm going to go ahead and fuck with this dude just to upset you, you know.
Yeah. So. Anyway, we want to thank our guest Chris
Spencer,
Spencer for joining
always.
us today.
Thank you.
I'm going to check out some of the movies he mentioned that he watches on the streaming networks.
Netflix.
I just started watching the new season of Ozark.
Is that good?
Oh, it's really good. I spent the whole day yesterday rewatching season 3 because they been off 2 years, so I had to catch up with what happened last season.
Yeah, I get burnt out on them. I'm over the Power series now.
I never watched that.
I'm over that now. It's just like, okay, it's just the recycled drug game over and over and over. I just like, and it's becoming, to me, it's becoming so predictable now. You can predict, like, okay, I know what's going to happen next week, next episode.
Yeah, and
So-
then isn't the spinoff Ghost?
Yeah, that, the
Yeah,
son,
I've never watched one episode of
yeah,
that.
the son is like, now he's like, becoming a dad now and all of that. And it's the same, he's following the
Same cycle.
Yeah, the same pattern, the same, blueprint and all of that. So I'm kind of like over that now. It's just like I used to watch, I was a huge fan of when Billions came out. I like Billions on Showtime. But now that's recycled now, and it's becoming, okay, all right, the same millionaires not getting caught. Y'all, figuring a way out to stay out of jail. The same thing, I was a huge Ray Donovan fan when that came out.
Yeah. My other favorite is Righteous Gemstones. I don't know if people really watch that. That's
on
with,
HBO, right?
It's HBO.
Yeah.
And it's Danny, what's his last name, the comedian?
Danny Trejo.
No, McBride.
Danny McBride.
Danny
That's with John
McBride.
Goodman, and then
Yes.
with the church and all of that.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is hilarious.
Is it?
Oh my God.
But he's like, I like Danny McBride, but he's always that asshole character, though.
Yeah, he's an asshole in this too, but it's really funny.
he's always
The
that,
Righteous Gemstones about a mega church family, and it's
Right.
hilarious.
Right.
And then I've been watching the new revamped and Just Like That.
Fresh Prince.
No, with Sex in the City.
Oh, how is that?
It's good.
Is it?
I like it because it grew with its audience.
Without
Like,
Kim Cattrall is good?
Yeah.
Because
What they did was they incorporated multicultural women. I have an
Okay,
Indian
now-
woman, they have a black woman. Like
Okay.
they've, made
Right.
it more multicultural. So
have you watched the reboot? It's more dramatic now, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
I have not watched that.
Yeah, it's more dramatic now. It's not a comedy. It's a dramatic. It's like
It's
a drama. Now. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like, okay. All right.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Yep, that's about it.
What are you doing for the weekend?
I have a lot of work to do. I'm doing editing. I got some editing jobs to do. In fact, let me shout out the LA Sentinel and Chase Bank. They have a new podcast called Black Money Matters that's debuting next week that yours truly produced. So you can look for that. Black Money Matters, sponsored by the LA Sentinel and Chase Bank. And then, we've just been doing more, like you guys, just because you don't see a lot of content on our YouTube channel, I've been actually having clients stream on their own platforms.
Okay, good.
So any content that's on the site, on the YouTube page now, is something that the studio is directly involved with,
Okay, cool.
like this show.
Can I give a shout out?
For sure.
We got, if you're in LA, you have to come to our comedy show every Thursday night at the Regency West. It's the Lamert Park Comedy Bring It To Me night with your rotating hosts, myself, Jeff Arnold, Louis Dix, Keith Look Around Morris, and Mad Marv. We debuted January 6th. Last night was our third show, and we were sold out to capacity. So it's picking up gradually. We're going to get the funniest comedians. That's where it all started at the Regency West with Robin Harris. Mm-hmm. So we're bringing that back there.
Every Thursday night?
Every Thursday night.
I'll probably come
and you
next Thursday.
are our VIP, so whenever you want to come, you always can come. We have a table for you and all that.
All right, cool. I might come next Thursday. That sounds like a plan.
I got your girl on there next Thursday.
Who?
Kamira.
Oh, okay. Definitely will come through.
Yeah.
Want to remind you guys, if you like the show, support the show, and I'm putting up on the screen where you can contribute to the show and to the studio.
Right.
So at Morris Media Studios on Cash App, Morris Media Studios PayPal, and Morris Media Studios and Venmo.
There you go.
Very simple. So support the show, support the studio, and we appreciate it. And also, I'm doing a podcast class for February 12th, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you're thinking about doing a podcast, I always tell people to take my class first because there's a lot. People think you can just jump in and
just
do a podcast, but there's a lot to it. So we want to wish everybody a safe and healthy weekend, and we'll find out what happens with Lewis and Bill Cosby next week. So,
and I want to say this before I go. If you want to purchase tickets to our comedy show, 213-693-5009. That's 213-693-5009. Call, purchase tickets, come see a hell of a comedy show each and every Thursday. Yeah, so to be continued. He took it outside, so we don't know what's going to happen. He hasn't left yet, though, because you didn't open the gate.
Yeah, so he's still here. So we're going to find out, and we'll fill you guys in next week unless Bill put a gag order on him.
All right, guys.
All right, we out.